Hello, guys. Welcome to CLR Bruce Rivers. Today we're talking about the George Floyd case. They are scheduled to start jury selection on Monday. And so we're going to kind of go through a little bit about what it's like to do a criminal trial and what the issues are concerning this particular case. The defendant's name is Derek Chauvin. He's a Minneapolis police officer. And he was the one who had his knee on the neck of George Floyd for, I believe, it was almost 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. Holy crap, look at all the comments. Anyway, here's the deal. Mr. Chauvin is charged with murder 2, which is intentional murder in the second degree, which means he's looking at a guideline sentence of 306 months. And it's actually felony murder. It's creating the death when a felony is occurring. That's what he's charged with. So the other thing that is he's charged with is manslaughter in the second degree. That's a 48-month commit to prison. But right now, what they're fighting murder in the third degree. The state had filed a complaint, and they originally charged him with third-degree murder. The defense filed a motion to dismiss, and that was granted. And so the state has appealed that, and I'll tell you why they appealed that. There's another case called Noor, and Noor was a Minneapolis cop who shot a white woman who he was black, he was Somali, and he shot this woman and was convicted of murder in the third degree, and the Court of Appeals just upheld his conviction. So that is why they have appealed. That's why the state has appealed that, because that decision just came down. So so that's what that's all about. But murder in the third degree is kind of an interesting charge, because they have to prove that the officer acted with a depraved mind. That is like you're really have something like depravity, some thing about your, almost like you're incensed, you're crazed, that kind of thing. And I just don't see that in this case, but we'll see what happens. Now, first of all, I want to thank all my subscribers. We're almost to 170,000 subscribers. You guys should share this channel with everybody, because we are going to have some things that are going to blow up. And when I say blow up, we've got some, I can't tell you what they are, but we're doing a couple videos today. We're going to shoot a couple videos later today that you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so cool. And you know, and I'm going to tell you, I've gotten a lot of comments, most of them remarkably positive, and some of them, you know, not so positive. But here's the thing: I don't claim to be a gang expert. I don't claim to be an expert on firearms, and occasionally I'll get something wrong. And if I get something wrong, call me out on it. My goal is to educate, entertain, and inform, and let you guys in on kind of what it's like to be a criminal defense lawyer. And when I'm reacting to these rap videos, you know, I like to point out the illegal activity that's going on in them. For example, in that last one that we did, I could not believe the amount of guns that were in front of these guys, in front of the camera. And I've had cases where they have done just that. They've shot the cameraman, not on purpose, but accidentally. And I guarantee you, some people said, oh, those are all prop guns. Bullshit. Bullshit. Those are not prop guns. Those are, you know, no gangster carries around a fake gun. So, gang, bang, bang. What the hell? Okay, anyway. And I'm not pro-gang or really anti-gang. When I deal with gangs, or gang members, or real gangsters, true gangsters, they're actually very easy to deal with. Number one, they understand things. They're usually very smart. They understand business, and they don't bug you. It's the guys who are the lower level guys who never take anything, you know, oh, Bruce, blah, 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 blah. You know, they're always in your face. And I like guys that can process information, that don't talk on the fucking telephone, that are, you know, somebody that helps me win their case, rather than somebody puts up, barriers to me winning the case. So, so quick question for you all. What do you guys think of the intro? The intro is an amazing, amazing thing done by JLap and Cram, and really, and he had some help. And I put that out on Instagram earlier. I can't remember the guy's name right now, but we may be doing a video. And I'm just gonna say that, like our own thing. So anyway, yeah, okay, we got a lot of fire. That's excellent. These guys are local guys here in Minneapolis, and they are fire, absolutely fire. So anyway, so back to the situation at hand. So they're going to start jury selection on Monday in this Chauvin trial, and it's about the George Floyd situation. Now, people are probably asking me, "Oh, what do you think of that? Do you think that he should be convicted? Do you believe in Black Lives Matter? Blah 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 blah." Well, first of all, I absolutely am supportive of Black Lives Matter. I represent a lot of Black people, and I've had a lot of Black people in my practice that have been manhandled by the cops, and I've seen some really, really bad cop behavior. Now, in this case, though, the whole thing will center around the cause of death. The cause of death in George Floyd is, I haven't seen the medical report or the autopsy report, but if but I do know all of the defense lawyers in this case. Let's see. I got a lot of thumbs down from somebody. Seminole Indian. Okay, I don't know why you give me thumbs down, but it is what it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The lawyers in this case, all the defense lawyers are top notch. Really, really, really good lawyers. I know them all, and they're all good friends of mine. And it's going to be a tough case. It's going to be a tough case for everybody. One of the things that the judge did in this case, he's only allowing one family member of George Floyd in the courtroom, which I think is, I don't particularly agree with it. I know the judge is a good judge. He's a very solid judge, but I don't necessarily agree with the proposition that only one family member should be in there. One member of the family for the victim's family, and one member of the family for the defendant's family. I don't know really why. Oh, that's a tomahawk is what that is. Okay, sorry, I thought that was a thumbs down. Anyway, I really want to. I just don't think that's fair. I think it should be the family should have a little more representation than that. And but in this case, there's a possibility that they may not go on Monday. Because the Supreme Court has agreed to hear the Knorr case, and the Knorr case is the one that they appealed the third-degree murder conviction on. So we'll see if that happens. But if it turns out that George Floyd, his cause of death was something other than the knee on the neck, I hate to say it, because I hated the way he was treated. I absolutely hated the way he was treated. But if it turns out that because apparently he ingested some fentanyl just before, if it turns out that there's an alternative cause of death, or there's a reasonable doubt as to what the cause of death is, these cops are going to walk. But here's the other thing that you might want to know. Chauvin's case was separated from the other defendants. And I think that was a good call by the judge, because the case of the other cops, let's just take the Asian cop, for example. What was he doing the whole time? His back was to everybody. If anybody's got the least culpability, it'll be that particular person, that Asian cop, because he was doing crowd control. They're behind him. and then you've got another cop that who's represented by Earl Grey, and he was 4 days on the job, and he says, should we turn him over? You know, so I think trying Chauvin first is the right thing to do, because if he's acquitted, then it kind of all goes. Oh, I think the rest of the accomplice liability kind of goes away a little bit. And this is going to be a very violent city, I think, if that happens. If you look across the street from my office is right across the street from the courthouse. They have blocked everything up. They have blocked. It's all double fencing and concrete barricades. They are prepared this time. If I don't know if you remember last May when the city burned down, basically they were not prepared, and they did not have anything going on. It was really amazing. And I had a client who had his business destroyed. I'm actually representing somebody who was on the run from that whole situation, and so I'm very familiar with what's going on and how a case like this will impact the city. So the Floyd trial, they're going to start jury selection on Monday if they don't continue the case. And when you do jury selection, here's how it goes. Because of COVID and because of the way things are set up, they'll have one juror in at a time. It'll take the better part of 3 weeks or so to select a jury in this case. So when they select a jury, they have somebody in court, and they sit in a jury in the witness box. And then they ask him questions, and they'll ask him first. They'll have a questionnaire about what this means, and have you seen anything about the case? And anybody who's under a rock has seen anything about this case. And they'll ask him questions about how if they can be fair, what do you do for a living, and all that kind of junk. And so by the time they have enough jury, and so I don't know if they've. Each side gets a certain amount of strikes for, you can kick people off the jury for not being fair, but you can get people kicked off for just no reason. And you get, those are called preemptory challenges. You get like, I think usually 9 and 5, but I'm sure that they have more of those in this case. And then once they're done with jury selection, they'll start their opening statements. And then they'll start examining witnesses. Once they start examining witnesses, I don't think this case is going to take that long. It's going to be mostly expert testimony. You're going to probably have a use of force expert. You're going to have a medical examiner on both sides, and the guy that's trying this first case, the Chauvin case, is a guy by the name of Eric Nelson. He's a very, very good lawyer. Let's see. Make a music video called Self-Snitching. Okay. Well, what do you think about that? I mean, I made a lot of comments about the self-snitching, and people have made comments about whether we're going to have some merch, by the way, some Stop Self-Snitching merch. So keep on the lookout for that. But we, some of the videos, they say, oh, that wasn't real. He's talking about this or that. And that's a good point, because if it's just art and you're not talking about something that really happened, but from my research and from some of the things that I do know, some of these songs are talking about actual murders that have happened, like 50 Dead Ops. That's what he's talking about in that one. But it's really important when, I tell every client, don't talk on the telephone. Don't talk to the cops. If you're on the hook for something, shut your fucking mouth. Just shut it. And then a lot of people want me to do a 6ix9ine reaction. And I have some real strong feelings about 6ix9ine. Part of me doesn't want to give him any time. Don't call attention to him because he was a snitch. Once you guys send me some notes and comments and tell me what you think. about that. Anyway, because I'm getting a lot of requests for 6ix9ine, but if I do, I don't know how favorable it's going to be on 6ix9ine. You know, I just the guy's an attention seeker, and he's done well. I mean, believe me, he's done extremely well. He's very popular, but he's a registered sex offender, and he doesn't seem to want. It will not be long before he's back in prison or before he's dead, because I don't know how he's walking around. He did a live video not that long ago, and I watched that, and I made comment on that live video. I think it would be good to comment on that live video and see what I see through my eyes, and because I hear from people who are connected and whatever you want to call it. I suppose that's kind of an old term, but I'm an old guy, so it is what it is. But when you're sitting there and you're taunting the people that you just snitched on, well, you get what you get, and you don't have a fit. Isn't that what we tell kids? Anyway, well, I just want to, God, we're almost at 70. If you guys can share, I want to blow this thing up to 10 million in the next 6 months, 6 months to a year. If we can blow this thing up to around 10 million, we're going to have a powerhouse of a platform here, and your voices matter. And it's really important that we have some great content, and we've gotten some really excellent responses, and we're teaming up with some folks to bring you some stuff that is just going to be, okay, I'll say an old phrase, knock your socks off. But anyway, but we are going to have some merch. You guys want some merch? I think we're going to have some t-shirts and some other kind of cool stuff made up. And that will be in the next couple of weeks. So I've been on here for about 15 minutes. Didn't really want to, I wish I could respond. There's so many comments. It's impossible. They're just, they're flying up like nobody's business. So I want to just tell you all, I really, really appreciate the fandom, the subscribing and the comments. Just keep them coming. And I get so many requests. If you're a Patreon member, you're more likely to get a request granted. We're teaming up with the Freedom Fund to get people out of jail, and I'll have more announcements about that here coming up. So as soon as that dough is coming in, and keep in mind that Patreon money doesn't go to me. It is 100% dedicated to getting the indigent out of jail. So, all right, I'm going to sign off, and I want to thank you guys. And while, as the Chauvin thing comes up and more information comes available, you're going to get an inside track look at it from me, and I'll do it right here on a live feed. And I'll try to do this once a week, like maybe every Monday. So appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you soon.